Namaste children. In the previous video, we read about Howard Carter's search, which was completely futile. Now, in this video, you will come to know either people came to know about the exact reason of the young ruler's death or not. Because once again, King Tut's mummy went for a CT scan. So the points which we'll cover in this video are: King Tut's mummy was x-rayed. We'll read about King Tut and his ancestors. Let's start. King Tut's demise was a big event. Demise means death. Even by royal standards, by royal kings, by royal people, as he was the last successor of a powerful family. But the particulars, the reasons of his passing away are still unclear. People did not have an exact idea of his untimely death. Now let's read about King Tut's ancestors. Amenhotep III, Tut's father or grandfather, was a powerful ruler who ruled almost 4 decades at the height of the 18th dynasty's golden age. And then his son Amenhotep IV succeeded him, and he took initiative of one of the strangest periods in the history of ancient Egypt. This new ruler, Amenhotep IV, promoted the worship of god Aten. God Aten, which is a symbol of God Sun. Because he was a great follower of god Aten, so he changed his name, and finally he kept his name Akhenaten, or you can say the servant of the Aten. And he moved the religious capital from the old city of Thebes to the new city of Akhenaten, and this place is now known as Amarna. He finally shocked the country by attacking Amun, the other god, a major god. He started smashing his images and closed his temples. And it was a horrific time, according to Ray Johnson, who is the director of the University of Chicago Research Center in Luxor. After Akhenaten's death, another ruler appeared, but he appeared only for a short period of time, and all of a sudden he disappeared. And he hardly left a trace of his kingdom, of his rule over Egypt. And then, after him, a young ruler came whose name was King Tut. Full name of King Tut is Tutankhaten, but he is wisely known as King Tut. The boy, King Tut, also soon changed his name to Tutankhamun because he followed the god Amun. He also oversaw a restoration of the old ways, as he wanted to follow the god Amun. This young ruler ruled for about 9 years. Children, only for 9 years, and then he died unexpectedly, as we are trying to know the exact reason of his early death. Regardless of his fame and the speculations about his fate, King Tut's mummy is the first mummy who had undergone a CT scan. The Egyptian mummy project, which began an inventory in late 2003, has recorded almost 600, and the counting is still going on. But people do not have the exact figure till date. And this scan was done with a portable CT machine which was donated by National Geographic Society and Siemens. King Tut's mummy is one of the first mummies to be scanned in life and even after death. A CT machine scanned King Tut's mummy from head to toe, and it created 1700 digital X-ray images in cross section. The night of the scan, workmen carried King Tut's body from the tomb in his box. Like pallbearers, as you can say, pallbearers are those who carry coffin. So in the same way, pallbearers first of all climbed a ramp and then a flight of stairs into the swirling sand outside as the sand was moving quickly. Then they rose on a hydraulic lift into the trailer that held the scanner. After 20 minutes, two men emerged. Emerged means two men came out. Sprinted for an office nearby. As these two men were running to an office that was nearby and returned with a pair of white plastic fan. You know, children, what had happened? The $1 million scanner, the CT scanner, that machine had stopped functioning because of sand in a cooler fan. The process was stopped. And one of the guards who was standing outside, he said this was the curse of King Tut. Eventually, the substitute fans worked well enough to finish the procedure. So they got the substitute fans, they worked well, and finally they were able to finish the procedure. After checking that no data had been lost, as we read earlier, it was said by an anatomy professor that King Tut's front ribs were missing. His bones were missing. But now, after this procedure, after this process, we came to know that no data had been lost. And finally, the technicians turned King Tut's body over to the workmen and they carried him back to his tomb. The whole process took less than 3 hours, and King Tut's body again rested in peace where the funerary priests had laid him years before. Back in the trailer, a technician pulled up. Pulled up means he drew some surprising images of King Tut on a computer screen. And a grey head took shape. And after that, some neck vertebrae appeared as they appeared in an anatomy class. Other images revealed King Tut's hand, then rib cage, and then a transection of the skull. Zahi Hawass smiled. He was relieved. Why? Because he said that he had a great pressure on his mind. He was worried about how did King Tut die. When it was told that few things were missing, he felt disturbed. But now, after the process, it was proven that nothing was missing. Each and everything was available. Nothing had gone wrong. So he felt relaxed and he said now he would go and sleep. By the time we left the trailer Trailer is a kind of lorry in which the scanner was kept. They were descending metal stairs to the sandy ground. And finally, children, we discussed that nature was not in a favor of this process. Earlier also we have read in this chapter, when King Tut's body was taken out of his tomb, an angry wind started blowing. Heavy clouds covered the sky. They covered the stars, which proves that the nature was protesting. In the same way, when the process started, the sand started blowing and it got stuck in one of the cooler fans and the machine stopped functioning. But after the process gets over, once everything was over, the wind had stopped. Just above the entrance to Tut's tomb stood Orion. Further, the writer says, at the entrance of Tut's tomb, one major god, who is known as Orion, stood there. And this major god is called the soul of Osiris, the god who takes care of people after life when they are no more. And now the soul of Osiris, god Orion, is watching over the boy king. So children, we have read in part 2 that nothing had gone wrong to King Tut's body. Everything was fine. Earlier, Zahi Hawass, who was the Secretary General of Supreme Council of Antiquities, became upset. He was disturbed. Even he did not sleep for the whole night. But after he came to know that everything was fine, nothing had gone wrong, he took a sound sleep. And King Tut's body was kept back to his tomb, and now one major god, Orion, is looking after his body. So children, I hope you all have understood the chapter. So go through the whole chapter once again, underline the difficult words and write meanings.